Hi everyone, this is part 2. I struggled putting on the bobbin in part 1, so if you want to check that out, go ahead. We are going to make the shell casing for a pillow like this. Now, I wanted it to be super stuffed because I have a pillow that I made in sewing in high school, and I didn't stuff it as much as I wanted to for 2 reasons. One, I didn't want to be wasteful because they weren't technically my supplies. And the other reason is I was getting graded on the pillow, so I didn't stuff it as much as I wanted to, and now it's as if it has deflated. I don't know how else to describe that, but like the stuffing is like flattened down. I don't know what to do. The only way to restuff it is to cut it open. So that is the sucky part about it. But we're gonna make another one of these. I have to sew the little spot that I was stuffing this with on a off screen. I will do that with hand sewing because it won't fit on my machine. Now I'm gonna turn this off so I don't burn the light out because I do not know how to change it. So I have this attached here with a little pin so that I can hand sew that later. Now I'm gonna make another, and that way I know if this one looks better or that one looks better, and which one will end up being a gift. The better looking one will be a gift, and the uglier one, sorry, whoever that ends up being, will be my back pillow or a needle felting pillow. It just depends. I do want to make a needle felting pillow, but I don't know if I should use actual felt sheets or if I should use this like very soft, I don't know how to describe it, very soft, like I don't know, like it's a very soft texture. I have lost the packaging I used for it, so I don't know what exactly fabric it is, but it did come from the dollar store and it was a lot smaller than I was picturing it to be, so it's going to be for like plushies and scrunchies and such and everything. So that was the previous one I made. It took forever to stuff because I made the hole a little too small. The hole was like an inch big. So it took a while to get this stuffed as puffy as it is, and everything. And it's stuffed. It is stuffed. Like, it is as puffy as it possibly can. Now, and one side, thankfully, I could do, on the bend of the fabric. So, I saved myself a step. There it is. This is the one that I didn't have to sew. This side I did not have to sew. So, yeah. Now I'm going to sew this in real time. Enough introduction. Alright. Let's hope this works. Whew. God, please let this work. In Jesus' name, amen. Yes, I'm Christian. Alright, so if I remember my lessons from high school sewing, this is how you're supposed to sew it for a machine. Actually, first, I should thread the bobbin. Because the bobbin threads does the thread underneath, and the spool does the thread over top. And together, they sew. So, now I've got green. Now, it doesn't matter the color, because this thread is going to be hidden when I flip it inside out. So, let's turn on my machine. And hopefully I can thread the bobbin correctly. Sometimes I do it. I do it incorrectly. But if I remember correctly, you want it to put it in like it's the P and not a Q. Like a P, no Q. P is right, Q is wrong. So if you hold the thread out, whatever shape it is. All right. You want P to be the shape. All right. And we plop you in. And if I do this correctly, come on. How is it? Okay, I'm gonna bundle this up again. It takes a few tries often. Sometimes it takes a few, you know, attempts, and then I can get it. But I tend to get a fair amount of views on videos where I'm struggling doing something. Okay. Alright, and then I go out like that. I think. Where did I put the case? Over here. ADHD moment. Now it is fairly nice out, but it's also like a cold wind. So I'm gonna do this and then maybe go outside depending on what time I have. Alright. Okay, that's now spool. Or thread this. Thread the spool into the machine. Alright. Okay. Real time. Okay, let's pull up my needle here. And it does remind you there's a track to follow. Okay. And I have my container that used to have my melatonin tablets in it as a thing to collect broken needles in the case it happens. I've broken one of these needles, and so there's a chance, not that I'm going to do anything on purpose to break it. I'm smart enough to know that you don't sew over a needle because, or a pin, sorry, not a needle, because that will, oh my gosh, my hand got in the way. I had it. Ugh. Sorry you can't see what I'm doing right now. My head's probably covering it. Alright, I'm threading my needle. Now I'm putting it through the foot and letting it go. So, now for my pillow here. Okay, where am I starting? Alright, I'm here. Starting here. The little one that's going the opposite way is me showing myself, okay, that's where you're stopping, so you have area to put stuffing in. Alright, now placing my thread underneath my foot, the foot of the machine. Alright, now let's place it down. I have a bad habit of not making my seams straight. Just a fair warning, just to get that out of the way. Now, let's see, how long is this video? 7 minutes. Okay, almost 8. Alright. Alright, let's try this. I'll grab my chair. I don't know if I'll end up getting up. I probably will. And yes, I'm wearing slippers. Don't come at me. I probably should be wearing different footwear, but whatever. So, now, reverse. And up. Go. Now, this is not technically a pin cushion, but it is felt and stuffing, so it is a kind of oversized pin cushion. All right. Pin out. Pin out. This is one of the easiest design or sewing things you can do. So if you can't do a pillow, then maybe this isn't your career. No offense. If you can't sew a pillow, a throw pillow at least, which is what this is pretty much going to be. Now, I use one of those Cricut square cutting mats to do the get the size of the square for this one. And this was just what's left over on the on that panel or whatever, the yard of thread, or what is it called? The fabric piece. the piece that was left over, I just cut straight so that it wasn't like, didn't have like a square taken out of it. So just cut straight, and that was what was left over. All right, now take a pin out. I put these on based on the colors of the rainbow. So we got red, yellow, green, blue, purple. But I don't know if I have purple. I have like a darker blue, which I'm using as purple. So let's go do another little inch or so. And remove the pin. I'm at the yellow pins. All right. All right, now remove pin. Oh, I've made quite a bit of extra pieces here. Oh well, there'll be more stuffing later. All right, now pivot. If you're a Friends fan, you get that reference. I put my needle down, lift up my foot, and I'm moving my fabric without trying to poke myself. Try my best not to poke myself, so put my foot down. That's what that part of the machine is called. It's the foot that holds the fabric down. So if you're unaware and you've never sewn before, that is actually the name that I was taught in school. So that was not supposed to be a joke or pun, but it kind of turned out to be. But anyway, now that I've pivot, now take another needle out. I'm almost to the greens. Now I'm at green, though the paint is chipping off of this pin that I'm trying to get out. All right, let's put the needle down. The pin is stopping me from taking the, or the foot is stopping me from taking the pin out. All right, let's go. Now I'm at greens, and because I got these pins from the dollar store, the paint is kind of chipping off, so eventually these are all going to be like clear or semi-clear. As you can tell, the paint is chipping there. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but if you can, it is chipping a little bit. And let's, all right. Stopping me. The foot's stopping me from taking out the pin. I do not want to sew over said pin, so just take the foot up, foot down. And in case you are unaware, the speed is controlled by how much pressure you put on the gas pedal that's below. And somehow I always seem to forget that when I bring out my machine for the first time in a while. You know, if I'm like starting out on a machine, I'm like, oh right, the speed is how much pressure I'm putting on the gas pedal. Like when you're driving a car, you know, more pressure means faster. Less pressure, slower. I prefer to go slower, but I often push too hard and it ends up going faster. So we'll just deal with it. And remove a pin. Now we're at blue. Now we're at the blue pins. If you're following at home and you're a kid, make sure to have a parent supervise. Because there's sharp materials in use here. So, okay, pin out you go. Now, pin goes over there. Okay, pin is in fabric, foot is up, and we're pivoting. Now we're putting the foot down, and we're going to sew a little bit more till we reach pin. And sewing. Due to my ADHD, I have tried a bunch of different crafts and art forms over the years, so that's why it looks like I have a whole lot in my, I know quite a few different ones, because with ADHD, you get bored easily and you like new and novel things, so we're often not afraid to try new hobbies. So, now removing a pin. This one's, I think, green. It was in the wrong section. All right. Got a few more blue pins to go through. Well, not go through, hopefully. Not go through. My goodness, don't not go through. All right. Needle down. Foot up. Needle, pin out. Foot down. Press on pedal. All right, again. Needle down, foot up, pin out, foot down, and press on pedal. All right, again, foot up, pin out, into my makeshift pin cushion that's kind of like oversized. It's quite large. My first ever pin cushion, not the best. I even used staples. This was the first pin cushion I made. Not the greatest, and I'm using it for hand sewing needles, so. And you little guy are falling in. All right. So clearly, major improvement. There. Okay, foot down, gas pedal. Can I get you out without putting the foot up? No, I cannot. Needle down, foot going up, pin coming out. Stay. Pin in pin cushion, foot down, pedal, press. Whoopsie. All right. Intermission. Spool, pluggy thingy. I don't know what it's called. I'm calling it a plug. It stops the spool from going pew and running away from me. Yes, with that sound effect. Oh, and perfect timing. Take off pin, and foot is down, needle is down, foot is going, my actual foot is going on the pedal. Pin out. Now, gas pedal on. Okay, are we still attaching two pieces of fabric? You know what, I'm gonna go back because I don't know. All right, maybe up a little bit. There. Is it still attached to two pieces of fabric? Yes. Yes, it is. So we've got my foot up, needle down, pivot, foot down. Let's take away needle, or not needle, pin, sorry. All right, we're almost done. And then I can flip it inside out. Everything good? Yeah. Pin out. We're at pink pins because we're out of the purple now, so. Pin out and gas on. This is easier when I have nails, but I cut them recently so I could use my technology and not have to keep using my stylus. Right. Actually, I think I can make it a little further than what I originally made. All right, just a smidgen. Now, we're gonna put it down. Now I'm going to backstitch. Okay. All right. Front stitch a little bit. Pivot. Now, technically you're not, I didn't learn this in school, so I'm just doing this to like end it off. All right. All right, let's just take this out here. All right. And we're gonna put that down. And we're done. All right. And we'll put the pin back here and tie this up. I've given myself a little more space to stuff it, but not too much, because then I'll have less jobs to do when I flip it inside out, stuff it, and then have to resew it. Now I'm tying up my ends here. I technically don't really have to do this because I backstitched, but I'm going to do it just to be safe. And a trimmy trim, 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 trim. Not saying trim, trim, I'm saying trim, trim. Difference. All right. Okay. Now I'm sewing, now I'm tying the first one I did. I'm tying where the start is. I don't need the light on anymore. I don't want to burn out the light bulb because I don't know how to change it. And I don't know how expensive the light bulbs are, so I'm assuming they're pretty expensive. Because it's not like you can get a sewing light bulb anywhere. You probably have to go to the specific craft store to get it. And my Michaels doesn't have much options. So I don't think it would have many options for that. All right, no more pins. Pins are out of it. All right, not the straightest of seams, but you knew that going into this video that I wouldn't make the straightest of seams. So now time to flip it inside out. Come on. Don't take forever like the other one did. Gave it more space this time. Okay. Now, come work with me. All This is going to be treated kind of like a live stream because I'm not going to edit it. Come on. Come on. Come on. The most of editing I'll do is put text on the screen at the beginning of the video. Explaining to you, speak, words, you know, explaining what's happening in the video. That's about the most of the editing I'll do for this. Oh, come on. Possibly captions, depending on if I feel like you can understand what I'm saying or not. Okay. All right. Come on. Oh my gosh. Come on. Inside out you go. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Ugh. That's being difficult. Oh my goodness. Come on. Move. Ugh. Okay. Come on. I do not want to rip anything. Alright. Alright. Now one of these pillows will be a gift and the other will be for me. It just depends which one turns out better at the end. So, come on. Alright, what time is it? 3:58. My laundry should be almost done, which I started moments before I made part 1. Well, seconds before. I literally put my stuff in the wash and then did it, the part 1. I might need my dowel, which is not meant for, you know, it's not originally meant for putting the corners out here, but I'm going to use it for that. This came in a diamond painting kit with little pockets in it, so and then I'm going to make myself some supper. Not going to order. Ugh. Yeah. Don't need to pump out that corner. Pump. What am I saying? Okay, so I have that little space there for stuffing it. All right. So I did the casing. I will stuff this off camera, but hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not a huge like Marvel fan, so I don't know how accurate the outfits and characters are on here, but it looks like it's like the superhero females design and everything. So anyway, oh my gosh, what happened there? Well, it is together, so that's weird. Anyway, oh well, you're not really going to be focusing on that. Let's not focus on that part where it's a little bit off. It's like the fabric like folded in on itself, and this is what I was staring at. That. But I think that could be fixed, and, you know, or you could just, you know, ignore it. Ignore it. Just ignore it. You saw nothing. Alright, anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was long, but hopefully it was entertaining enough for you to stay till the end. Now, if you stay till the end, what do I want you to comment? What emoji should I have you comment that you've made it till the end? I don't think there's a sewing machine emoji. If there is, you can comment it. Maybe the like hand sewing needle emoji. If neither of those are an option, you can is there a pillow emoji? Superhero emoji. Okay, you'll do a superhero emoji because that's what design was on here. So, you know, either of those options that I said, comment down below so I know that you've made it to the end of this video. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope everything was in camera and in shot, because bird's eye view, I can't see what you're seeing until after I film it. So, I don't have someone here who can be like, yeah, you're off, you're not in shot, and everything. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Comment a superhero emoji if you made it to the end of this video, because I know it was long, so it can't have been easy to have just sat there and watched me struggle. But if you did, comment that below. I'm curious. Hope you enjoyed. Also, comment a thread emoji if you made it to the end of this video. So thread emoji or superhero emoji or any of the suggestions I gave in the video, if that's an option on your device. So anyway, just so I know you made it to the end, because these videos were a little bit long.